Hey man, it's Neil. I just wanted to take a minute to show you a new software program I found that I thought you might like. This is called Space Engine. It's developed by a single guy from Russia who basically has taken all astronomical data about the universe at large that we know of and has used it in this computer engine where you can go around and explore things. So this is free and you can get it online. Just kind of thought I would show it to you real quick. Um, so I'm kind of starting us out, and we're at our sun and our solar system. I'm going to turn down the exposure a little bit so you can see some better detail. You don't get blinded. Um, and keep in mind, the graphics will be better on my computer than they are on this video. It'll probably be a little blurry for you, but um, so it's pretty cool. You can zoom in pretty far to places and see great details. You might see it render a little bit around here in greater detail as we zoom in. Um, See things like sunspots, and you can basically, oops, a little too far there. You can basically zoom in to the surface of the sun. So if you've ever wondered what it would look like to stand on the sun, not that we could do that, but yeah, it's pretty cool to be able to see that kind of detail on things. Obviously there are planets too, so you can go take a look at Earth. So Earth shows good details from space. I'll turn our exposure back on normal. It's a little more disappointing when you try to zoom in close. It tends to not show great details below the atmosphere. It just kind of shows a lot of blue, and sometimes it'll just show brown land masses, but still pretty cool. I find some of the other planets even better. Oops. So yeah, you can pull up a menu that'll show you everything in our system, and you can do this for any star. If you click on a star and hit this button, it'll show you all the planets that orbit that star. So we can go to somewhere more interesting like Saturn. And it'll show you this in really good detail, where you can practically, ride on the rings of Saturn. If you wanted to kind of zoom in closer, I'll actually speed up time a little bit too, so you can see some of the satellites of Saturn kind of flinging around there in space. And it's pretty cool to be able to kind of come in here. You can really see some of this stuff moving. I don't know, it may just look like noise to you at that distance, but I kind of slow it down a little bit. Easier to get in there. You can see individual particles, and from farther out you can see Saturn spinning and really check it out. It's pretty cool. One of the things I didn't know, the bottom of Saturn looks a little different than I thought it did. You can see some cool rings there and that kind of thing. So I'm going to do something a little different and really speed us up. So we're going to be going light years per second, and zoom us way, way out. You can see the stars start going by faster and faster, and you can eventually zoom out of the Milky Way, which is pretty disorienting, to be quite honest, and gives you a terrible sense of perspective on how small we are. So you can, this isn't just for our galaxy, this is for the whole universe. And if I zoom us out farther and farther, you can see that our whole galaxy is just this tiny little thing looking around space. So I'm going to get us out a little bit farther even. You can find somewhere new to go. Go to Andromeda. And you can do the same thing here. So as I zoom in, I have to slow down a little bit so I don't bypass the whole galaxy. But you can see, like a globular cluster. You could go there. I'll take you right up to it, and that's pretty cool. And you can go to any of those stars. So I could just pick one in particular and click anywhere, really. And it'll just take you right up to it, and you can see it in pretty amazing detail. So that's a red bright giant. I don't know if I can find them in here. Sometimes you'll find the blue stars as well. If I knew more about astronomy, I might have a better time finding them. So there's a blue main sequence star. That's pretty neat. So anyway, you know, there's a lot of cool stuff to see in here, and the Triangulum Galaxy. Oh, that's a nice looking one. You can look up different types of nebulae as well. Ooh. Actually, I don't even know if it'll let me find those. Maybe I'll try something famous. Horsehead Nebula. Yeah, and you can check those out too. I'm guessing that's what we're looking at here. Go to different clouds. And really, I mean, you know, you can zoom all the way in here and go check out individual things. There are globular clusters, or you can just tool around the galaxy or the universe. So they've done everything that's known in space, and parts of the universe that are unknown are procedurally generated, which means they just kind of make it up as they go with certain formula. But you can, you know, ramp it up and go millions of light years per second. If I go backwards, I'll put it up as high as it'll go, and you can really zoom pretty far out. There's also a universe map, and you can really zoom out on that too. Or maybe that was just a galaxy map. Oh, no, that's a universe map. So, anyway, that's the end of my tour. Hope you enjoyed it. See you later.